Good morning and welcome to Money Wisdom, sponsored by Johnson Brunetti. I'm Jillian Andrews. We're teaching you smart ways to manage your money, and joining us now with expert advice is Eric Hogarth, certified financial planner and senior partner at Johnson Brunetti. Welcome back, Eric.
Thank you. Great to be here.
All right, today we are tackling required minimum distribution strategies. Let's jump right in. First, people need to understand potential tax repercussions, and what can some of those negative consequences be?
So an RMD, so you have your traditional retirement account at work, you have a 401k or a 457 or a 403b or an IRA, right? All these accounts that you've saved money into and gotten tax benefits in doing that, right? It goes in pre-tax, you've never paid taxes on the money. And ideally it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then at 59 and a half, you can spend that money without penalty. And as of right now, 73 is when the IRS says, okay, it's time for your required minimum distribution. This is when we are going to force you to take out money. And as you draw out that money, you're paying taxes on that money. You can take out as much as you want, but there is an absolute minimum that you have to take out. And if you don't, there's a big penalty from the IRS, so don't mess it up.
All right, and next, people can consider a Roth conversion. What is a Roth conversion?
So a Roth account, you don't get any tax deduction when you put the money in, but it grows and gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then when you take it out, you don't pay any taxes on it. So you can pay taxes on a small number up front and then no taxes on a big number in the future. That's a Roth. Or get a tax break on a small number in a traditional 401k and then pay taxes on a big number in the future. So Roths most times are better, but if you're going to retire in your early 60s, as a lot of Americans do, look at a Roth conversion. Might make sense to pay taxes now to avoid paying even more later.
All right, and another strategy is to work longer. How can this help?
I mean, if that's what you want to do. If let's say you have 4 401ks because you've worked at 4 different places and you're still working at one of them and you're past the RMD requirement age. So you're 75 years old and you love working, you're still working. You do not have to take an RMD out of that plan that you have at your current employer. If you have old plans at other employers, you do have to take it out of those.
Okay.
In short, don't mess it up. But it's a big deal in talking about not just how much money you've saved, but are you making the right decisions of where do you draw the money out from? Because a lot of people make the mistake of just waiting and waiting and waiting with these kind of tax time bombs that you have, and those get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then you're paying tons of taxes at 80 and there's nothing you can do about it. And it's like, well, I'm not going to care at 80. Yes, you will, because I meet with 80-year-olds that are not happy about it all the time.
Right, no matter what age you are, no one likes to pay more than they need to.
Yes.
Now, lastly here, developing a plan to draw down accounts. Yeah,
so you want to look at, you have so much opportunity in your early years of retirement if you're going to retire because you're used to working at your employer, getting a paycheck, paying taxes on all that, right? You put money in your 401k, hopefully, but everything else you're paying taxes on. You know, the standard deductions have changed. You're not writing off your mortgage interest. You're not deducting your 30-year-old kids that you're still supporting, all that stuff, right? So you're paying a ton of money in taxes. You retire, taxable income goes down to 0. You pay no taxes. Fantastic. And a lot of people just live like that for 5 years until they're forced to take out all this money for RMDs. That's a missed opportunity. You should be looking at Roth conversions. You should be taking money out of IRAs where you pay very little taxes on it. This is where people will really benefit from getting expert advice because you know, it's not the IRS job to tell you or your accountant's job to be like, hey, you should really be doing this. Talk to an expert.
Okay, great. And for people interested in learning more about this topic, you do have a book offer.
A fun book, Take Charge of Your Taxes. No one likes talking about taxes, maybe accountants do. But it's important, you know, we're so used to being like, oh, we pay so much money in taxes, there's nothing I can do. Yes, there is. You know, there's this famous JP Morgan advertising quote from like the 50s, and it says, we all have to pay our taxes, but no one says you have to leave a tip. But so many of us do, right? Take charge of your taxes, get it at moneywisdomtv.com, and maybe you learn something from the book. Hopefully you do, and you keep more money. That's nice. moneywisdomtv.com.
All right, great. Thank you as always, Eric. And that will do it for this edition of Money Wisdom. For Connecticut's Morning Buzz, I'm Jillian Andrews. We'll see you right back here next time.